Who is James Branch Cabell, and why is VCU Library's Monroe Park campus library named for him? James Branch Cabell is best remembered for Jurgen, one of several fantasy epics he wrote that took place in a mythical medieval world that Cabell called Poitem. In Jurgen, Cabell pushed the literary boundaries of sexual illusions. Soon after its publication in 1919, the New York Society for the Suppression of Vice labeled Jurgen obscene and took Cabell's publishers to court to prevent further printing of the book. A 1922 trial over the book's contents ended in victory for Cabell and brought the reclusive writer national fame. Born in Richmond to a prominent Virginia family in 1879, James Branch Cabell attended private schools in the city before graduating in 1898 from the College of William and Mary. In 1904, he published his first book, The Eagle's Shadow, to positive reviews. Jurgen and his other fantasy works were highly praised by writers like H.L. Mencken, Sinclair Lewis, Carl Van Vechten, and others. Critics described his fantasies as thinly veiled commentaries on the manners of those times. By the end of his life in 1958, Cabell had authored some 52 volumes of work, including books of fiction, poetry, history, and genealogy. In 1968, when Virginia Commonwealth University came into existence, university officials and the Cabell family agreed to name the school's new library after one of Richmond's most prominent writers. In the fall of 1970, the new James Branch Cabell Library opened its doors. Cabell's personal papers and his own library, numbering some 3,000 volumes, are now housed in the Cabell Room, located in the library's Special Collections and Archives Department on the 4th floor. James Branch Cabell is considered one of the South's first contemporary authors and a pioneer of fantasy writing. The great science fiction writer Robert Heinlein was inspired by Cabell and described his most famous book, Stranger in a Strange Land, as a Cabellesque satire. Cabell has also been a major influence on a number of contemporary writers, including those who write and illustrate comic books and graphic novels. Neil Gaiman, the prolific English author of fantasy and science fiction, is the most prominent of these writers. Cabell's stylistic influence is highly evident in Gaiman's most famous work, The Sandman, a comic book series published in the 1990s. In 2012, Gaiman's audio book label, Neil Gaiman Presents, released an audiobook version of Jurgen. Gaiman has also written that without Cabell's work, quote, "I wouldn't be the same writer I am today, and I'm sure this holds true for many of my colleagues." Want to know more about James Branch Cabell? Visit the library's Cabell Room, or, better yet, explore the library's online research guide on the writer. Learn all about James Branch Cabell, the author who beat the censor in the 1920s, and whose writings are still relevant today.